Hello, welcome to a Map Business Online video presentation. We're going to talk about the toolbar settings in Map Business Online today. This is going to go by pretty quick, so we're just going to walk through the various buttons and toolbars. Now, this box down here is called Map and Data. When it's closed, it's that little blue button right there over towards Hawaii and the Pacific Ocean. That lets you turn data sets off and on. You can turn everything off if you want. But it turns things like data you've imported off and on. This is the create a new map button. So if I click that button, I'm going to create a new map from scratch. This is going to give you your library of maps. It's essentially a folder that represents where all of your saved maps are. You can see you've got different maps that you've saved and you can work on. You've got maps that might be shared with you if you're on a team subscription. You've got template maps that you can save maps as templates and public maps that you've already shared with the public. This is just a save button. We're saving whatever work we've done. We click that button and it's going to save it. This is the share dialog so that you can share interactive web maps either for just viewing only, which would be public sharing, or for team co-editing, which would be private sharing. This is the button you click to plot data on the map. So you go out and navigate to where your spreadsheets are, bring that into Map Business Online, and create color-coded points on the map just like that. This is for creating territories from scratch. So if you've got a zip code database with a territory name pre-assigned and a spreadsheet, you can just import that and create those zip code territories right on the map. These are extra geographic districts that you can bring into Map Business Online, like city limits and 3-digit zip codes, metropolitan statistic areas. We've also got school districts in there, and we've got overlays of cities and highways that you can bring over your territory maps. This is a market analysis tool that's available only in the full year subscription. That's for comparing data sets, multiple points, putting circles around lots of items at one time. These 4 buttons right here are symbolizing buttons. So you could color code with big circles and small circles. Just really quickly, you can see these big and small circles. Or you could color code by just points on the map, which is exactly the button I used to do these color-coded symbols. You could actually utilize charts and graphs as symbols, so these would become charts and graphs. And you could actually create a heat map out of your information. So if you've got numeric values, you can create a heat map using that tool. I'm just going to go back to my usual display. This button here, these 3-piece puzzle pieces, are for using the color coding options by county, state, zip code, census tract, all of those geographic districts. You can color code data, and in this case I've done it with demographic data. This button is to clear the color coding. So if I've done some color coding, I can click that button and just get rid of it. And you can see it brings up the various color code schemes I've got, and I'm able to delete it. These are search tools. So I could search by radius, by polygon, by freeform, and by drive time. So that means I could, for instance, take a circle tool and just create a list of all the Loretta's accounts that I've got there and name that list and then save it in the data window. So it's a way for you to search data on the map and bring it up in the data window. So that's your spreadsheet within Map Business Online. So you can again search by radius, by polygon, by freeform, that's a new one, and by drive time. These are freeform draw tools, so you can create circles, polygons, very similar to this, except it's really just for drawing things on the map. So you can add drive time, squares, lines, S-curves. You can add text to the map, so you can decide you're going to put some block of text up there. Text. That can be placed on the map. And then the final button in that series of buttons is to drop a point on the map. So you can plot a point on the map, which you can also do up here using an address. So you can type in an address up here, and that'll plop a point on the map. This is a distance measure tool. You can measure distances from one place to another as the crow flies. This is a print button, which lets you print on regular printers. Also save to a PDF for large format plotter printing. So there's a couple schemes in there on how to get what you need. Here you can save your map as a PNG or a JPEG image for a PowerPoint or an email transfer. This is the data window. We saw that briefly before. So this is your spreadsheet within Map Business Online. There's a lot of tools in here as well. You're going to be able to do filtering in here. You can export data outside of the application. You can route to all the records in the window, and you've got some territory management controls in here as well. This is a route tool. So if you've picked a couple of items or a group of items from the data window that you want to route to, they're going to show up listed here, and you can just click that and create an optimized route. And this is the help button. So that gives you full help documentation within Map Business Online of how to do common things. And finally, this button over here, this series of buttons, are the navigation tools that you would use to zoom in, zoom out. You can click that flag to get all the way back out. You can click the world to get way out. You can click the back arrow and the forward arrow to go back and forward from where you were. And then finally, you've got this little magnifying glass that lets you create sort of a rectangle that you can zoom into. And then if you want to get back out, uncheck it, click that back button. Thanks for taking the time to review Map Business Online tools. Go to mapbusinessonline.com and take our free trial.